a healed eye, a love that blossoms. Follow the heartfelt journey of Lytuky and Henrry, from tender moments to a joyful wedding. Will their love overcome every challenge to lead them to a bright future? Find out in their touching story. Don't forget to subscribe. The story of Lytuky and Henrry is a journey of love, emotion, and meaning. After Lytuky's vision is restored, her relationship with Henrry grows closer. In those sweet moments together, their feelings for each other begin to blossom, and Lytuky realizes that Henrry is not only the one who brought light back into her life but also the man she truly loves. Love has helped Lytuky transform from a weak, blind, and innocent girl into a strong, confident woman who cherishes every moment of life. Henrry's patience and sincere love have helped her overcome all obstacles. After some time together, Henrry proposes to Lytuky on a romantic evening, and Lytuky accepts with overwhelming joy. Their wedding takes place surrounded by the blessings of family and friends, marking a new chapter in their lives. This wedding is not only the result of love but also a culmination of a long journey filled with challenges, sacrifices, and unwavering belief in each other. Subscribe to the channel to follow this beautiful love story. Since Lytuky's right eye was treated, her life seemed to take a new turn. The light that entered her world was not only physical light but also the light of hope, love, and a future completely different from what she had lived before. Everything now appeared clear, vivid, and true. And most importantly, in the first images she could see clearly after her recovery, the face of Henrry, with his gentle expression and warm eyes, stood out the most. Lytuky felt that the ability to see with her eyes was no longer a distant dream, but a miracle happening each day. Every morning when she woke up, she could see the sunrise, the branches swaying in the breeze, and Henrry's smile waiting for her by the door. She no longer had to stumble through her steps like before, but what moved her the most was Henrry's constant presence, the man who had been with her through the darkest times, and now stayed by her side to share the light of her new life. The relationship between Lytuky and Henrry grew closer in the most natural and gentle way. There were no grand declarations, no extravagant gestures. Their love blossomed from the little things in their daily lives. Henrry was always there, guiding her through new experiences. The first time she walked alone under the trees, the first time she admired a painting in full color, or the first time she watched fireworks, not just hearing the explosions. In each of those moments, Henrry was there, patient and caring, as if he were rediscovering the world with her. It was in those sweet moments that love began to gently seep into Lytuky's heart. At first, it was a vague feeling, a little nervousness when their eyes met, a fleeting smile that made her heart flutter. But gradually, the feelings grew clearer and deeper. She started to look forward to Henrry's messages, feeling empty if she didn't hear his voice one day. At times, she caught herself smiling when recalling his stories, or the times he held her hand through a crowded street. One afternoon, as they strolled by the lake, Lytuky stopped and gazed at Henrry for a long time. The wind blew gently, making her hair sway, and her eyes sparkled with an indescribable tenderness. She softly said, "Henrry, I don't know how to express this, but I think I've fallen in love with you." Henrry stopped, looked deeply into her eyes, and smiled gently. "I've loved you for a long time, to Kentucky. I was just waiting for you to see that." In that moment, amidst the serene scenery of the afternoon, their hearts seemed to beat as one. There were no barriers, no more distance. Only two people who had once walked together through the days of darkness, now moving forward, toward a future where love had begun to blossom, and where a new chapter awaited. Although Lytukai's life had taken a new direction since her eyes were healed, she couldn't completely escape the shadows of her past. In the quietest moments, she often found herself remembering the days spent in darkness, a world experienced only through sounds, touch, and imagination. Those memories didn't fade, but instead of causing her pain, they became a source of strength, reminding her to live more fully in the present, a present filled with light, freedom, and Henrry. It was Henrry's love that gradually helped Lytuky break free from the fear and insecurity she had long hidden within. He never pressured her to change, but his quiet presence and endless patience gently encouraged her forward. Henrry was always there, silently supporting her as she tried new things, learning to ride a bicycle, shopping on her own, or joining an art class she had once thought impossible. For Lytuky, each small step felt like a victory, not against the world, but against her own limitations. In the past, Lytuky had been withdrawn and cautious. She feared being hurt, feared rejection, feared that the light she had now might one day vanish as suddenly as it came. But with Henrry by her side, she began to understand that not everything needed to be held onto tightly to be safe. Some things, love, trust, happiness, could only truly exist when we dared to let go of fear and open our hearts. And she did. Because of Henrry, Lytuky learned to trust not just others, not just love, but herself. Her transformation wasn't just in how she looked or how she saw the world, but in her entire being, in her gaze, her voice, her presence. She began to take the initiative in relationships, spoke her mind with more confidence, and faced challenges head-on. There was a time when Henrry faced a major setback at work. Instead of being overwhelmed or stepping away, it was Lytuky who stood by his side, comforting him, offering him strength. She was no longer the girl who needed protection. She had become a true partner, someone he could lean on. Slowly, Lytuky realized that true strength didn't come merely from being able to see the world, but from the courage to face herself. Every time she overcame a fear, every time she dared to do something new, it felt like she was being reborn. And Henrry, like a silent teacher, was always there, not just to guide her, but to listen, to understand, and to love her with an unwavering, unconditional heart. His love didn't need to be loud to be powerful. It was quiet, but deep enough to help her rise after every stumble. One afternoon, as they sat together on the porch, Lytuky rested her head on Henrry's shoulder and softly said, "You know, I never thought I'd have a day like this." Henrry gently squeezed her hand, his voice warm and steady. "And you deserve even more than this." That simple sentence meant the world to Kentucky. It was a quiet affirmation that she didn't need to become anyone else, didn't need to be perfect. She only needed to be herself and love someone wholeheartedly. That, to her, was enough to live a meaningful life. After a period of being together, when their love had ripened and grown deeper, Henrry began thinking about something greater. Deep in his heart, he knew that Lytuky was not only the woman he loved, but also the one he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. Every day with her felt special and full of meaning, and even the thought of losing her, no matter how fleeting, tightened his chest. To him, Lytuky was the light, the warmth, the entire world he couldn't bear to let go of. Henrry carefully planned a special evening. He chose an elegant rooftop restaurant, where the city lights shimmered like stars and the atmosphere was cozy and romantic. Every detail was meticulously prepared, from the soft music playing in the background to the bouquet of white roses waiting at the table. But the most important thing he carried that night was a simple, delicate engagement ring chosen with all the love he held for her. Lytuky had no idea what was coming. She thought it was just another romantic evening, like so many they had shared before. But when the candles were lit, the piano music swelled, and Henrry suddenly knelt before her, her heart skipped a beat. In that moment, time seemed to stop, and all she could hear was Henry's emotional voice. Lytuky, thank you for stepping into my life and making me a better man. I can't promise a perfect life, but I promise to love you with everything I have, every day, for the rest of my life. Will you marry me? Lytuky stared at him in astonishment, her eyes brimming with tears. A rush of emotions flooded her: joy, disbelief, deep gratitude, and an unwavering trust in the man kneeling before her. She couldn't find the words, but she nodded, smiling through the tears as her heart overflowed. Henrry gently slipped the ring onto her finger, and they embraced in the glow of the candlelight, surrounded by applause and warm wishes from those nearby. Their wedding took place not long after, in an atmosphere filled with joy and affection. The ceremony was held outdoors, in a garden blooming with flowers and bathed in golden sunlight. Friends, family, and loved ones, all who had witnessed their journey of love, gathered to celebrate with them. Lytuky appeared in a pure white gown, simple yet radiant, just like her. She walked steadily down the aisle, step by step, toward Henrry, who stood waiting with eyes full of love. As they held hands and recited their vows, everyone could feel the sincerity in their voices. These were not just promises made on a special day, they were the culmination of a journey, from darkness to light, from strangers to soulmates, from pain to healing. The embrace they shared after being declared husband and wife was more than symbolic, it was a testament to the love they had built together, day by day, heart to heart. The wedding ended in music, laughter, and happy tears. But for Lytuky and Henrry, it was only the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with companionship, shared dreams, and the courage to face life's challenges side by side. As the sun dipped below the horizon, they held each other's hands tightly, like a silent promise: from this day forward, forever, we will never let go. The story of Lytuky and Henrry conveys a profound message about the power of love and transformation. From a blind and fragile girl, Lytuky undergoes not only a physical but also a spiritual change, thanks to Henrry's sincere love. Their relationship grows from sweet, warm moments into a strong love that overcomes all challenges. This reminds us that true love can heal wounds and help us grow. The romantic proposal and their happy wedding are proof of patience and belief in the future, showing that love can overcome any obstacles. This story is not only about love but also about personal growth and faith in life.